Welcome back to Two Babies and a Business. Today our topic is going to be how not to call yourself dumb.
I really like this topic, Bartek, that you came up with because I think it's really, really important to talk positively about ourselves because when we are hard on ourselves, sometimes we can start believing it. And I think that there are times in my life where I've talked negatively about myself, like I can't do it, or I don't know how to do it, or I'm not good enough for this, and that never helps.
And then and then eventually if you keep saying and you're like, can't do this. And then you go to it again and you're like, I can't do this. Stop making me do this. And it's like, if you say that, then it's just going to be I like you actually eventually won't be able to do it. If you never try and say, no, I don't know how to do this. I do one hand and then my other hand hurts too bad and I grab and I get blisters.
Yeah.
And like that won't help you. If you say I can't do it, that won't help you one single bit.
It's true. So what do you would do instead? What would you tell people if people are doing that? What's your advice? How do you handle it?
I mean, if they're saying I can't do this, then I would say you can. Just keep trying. It's better to say I can't do this yet.
Hmm.
So I would say you can't do this yet, but you will be able to do it. That's a far reach. It's like that long. And it's like from one bar to another bar. That's hard. And then another reach. Like that's hard. That's
Yeah.
not easy.
But you should try to do things that aren't easy, right?
Yeah, then you'll actually not be able
So kind of start with baby steps. Start with small steps.
to. Yeah. Like if the bars are this far apart and you're like, oh, I can do this, then you probably will. But like, if you're like, no, the bars are too, put them closer. And it's
Right.
like, then it'll be too easy. You'll be like this.
Yeah.
But if like the bars are far apart, then try and actually reach them.
I like that. I think that like even at the gym, so you're talking about like monkey bars in the playground, but at the gym, I wouldn't go in and say, I'm going to deadlift 200 pounds today, right? I'd work up to being able to deadlift that. And I did do that, right? I started small and kept trying and trying and then was
Like
able.
don't try and say to your instructor, I don't need you. I'm gonna deadlift 800 pounds and like I only deadlifted three. Teach me how to deadlift. Like you know how to deadlift. You just this is your first time coming.
Yeah, I think that's a good point though you make too, is ask for help when you need it or ask for, an instructor or an expert like mom.
Yeah, let's say you know how to deadlift,
Yeah.
but like you just started like the day before, and you're like, I'm gonna deadlift 200 pounds. I'm amazing. It'll probably turn out to deadlift like 2 pounds.
Yeah. But that's okay, right? Because you still.
Yeah, that's okay. Like it's like maybe your 200th time at the gym, you'll be able to do. Like maybe your first time at the gym, you deadlift one, second time deadlift two, third time deadlift three. Like who knows? Might
Yeah.
take a while on deadlifting one.
Yeah. But you keep trying, right? You don't just stop when you can't do it one time.
Yeah.
So going back to your like, don't call yourself dumb or don't kind of do that. What are things that you do instead? Like if you're thinking, oh man, I can't do this, what are ways that people can like stop saying that kind of thing?
Just like don't say it. Maybe say it in your mind and then think of something like, oh yeah, I won that. I remember winning that. Oh, that was so great.
Hmm.
Instead of calling yourself, oh, I'm so dumb, I can't do this. Then like go back in your mind and think of maybe I was three and I won a challenge in school maybe. Go back to thinking of that. Go back to thinking of moments that were great.
Nice.
Don't go back to moments that like you were an idiot in.
Right.
Don't yeah.
I really like that because I think everyone has moments where they feel really proud of themselves.
Yeah. And when you're calling yourself dumb, don't just call yourself dumb. like memorize those moments where something really good happened to you, and then you'll stop calling yourself dumb and start again calling yourself great.
What are some of the moments that you think of if you want to call yourself, if you want to say, oh, I can't do that? What are some things you think about?
Probably like just getting Bear in general, or getting Max, or getting Hugo.
Nice.
Right then, I'm just like, oh yeah, that was a great, right?
Just moments that make you feel really happy.
Yeah. Instead of moments that make me feel like the devil.
It's true. Those are not fun moments, right?
A lot of the time, people think when they're calling themselves dumb, a lot of the time they think of calling them like moments that they were like really bad in.
Yeah.
But at least try and think of moments that you were good in, really good in.
What would you
Like,
say to someone who's trying something new and they're like, oh, I don't think I can do this? What would you tell them?
I would tell them try, at least try
Yeah.
before you actually like say, no, I can't do this, bye. Right?
Yeah. It's true. Do you think that moms sometimes think, oh, I can't do this, or I can't work and have kids, or I can't be a good mom? Do you think moms think that sometimes?
Probably, but they shouldn't think that.
Why not?
Unless their kid tells them. They shouldn't think that, because then it might come true one day.
It's true. Do you think kids ever think that about their moms?
I don't know. I've never thought that, but Jacob, I asked him once and he said no. I'm not sure about other kids, but
Because kids, I think, know that their moms are just trying their best, right?
a lot of them, unless they're like in pre-JK, barely know any words. Happy baby.
Right. Those little babies don't know either. I feel
Like
like
a 2-year-old is like, boo boo.
but I feel like they know, like they can feel their mom's love. So they must know
Yeah,
if they can't say it.
yeah. But like, if they haven't opened their eyes yet,
Oh yeah, I don't think they know.
then they're like, open the eyes, believe me.
What's a time where you knew that maybe I was having a hard time and feeling either scared or nervous or like I couldn't do it? And what's something that you remember telling me or you remember me doing? Kind of a hard question, I know.
Yeah, that kind of that wasn't anytime soon, but I'm sure it was like in pre-JK or something. I remember doing it. I don't remember what I said, but I can make up an answer for you.
Okay, tell me what you think.
Let's say your mom was like maybe like kayaking for the first time.
Okay.
Let's say your mom was kayaking for the first time. And they were like, "Oh, I can't do this. Teach me how to kayak." Then you would probably tell them you can kayak. Try and like at least try to kayak. All you have to do is brush, like put your hands on the bar and go like this quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's their first time kayaking, sure, it might be a little scary, but like just tell them you can do this. It's not impossible.
That reminds me of actually this summer when you were kayaking and then you took mom on a little trip in the back of the kayak and I was pretty nervous, wasn't I?
Yeah.
But
But
you
I was in the front. You were in the back.
but you were really good at saying it's okay, like you explained it and you told me, "Oh, you're doing good."
With Jacob, he was just trying to laugh you out.
He did laugh me out a bit, right?
He was like, all right, time to start telling your jokes. What's 2 plus 2? 84.
It's
Right? Like, he's not really telling you, all right, it's going to be okay. We're not going to flip. We're not going to. He
Mhm.
was more telling you jokes.
Yeah,
Just
taking my
saying
mind
jokes.
off of it, right?
Yeah. taking your mind off of it is good, but like if you're scared for it, then just like try and take their mind and tell them you're doing good.
Nice. What would you tell a mom who thinks, because we've talked about this before, being a mom or a dad isn't easy, and we don't really know all the time what all the answers are, but what would you tell a mom who's feeling like, oh, I'm not doing a good job or I'm not good enough? What would you tell them?
I'll tell them you're trying your best. No one can get it nail being a mom. No one can nail that. It's just it only matters if you're trying.
That's good. That's pretty powerful, Bart.
It only matters if you're trying. Because if you're not trying, then it's like, okay, well then you might not be a good mom. But if you're trying, then you are a good mom because you're trying.
Wow. That's a great, I love that. I think everyone should know if you're trying, then you're a good mom. That's pretty cool. So we talked about speaking positively about ourselves. So not saying, oh, we're dumb or we can't do it. We talked about making sure we take the right steps so we don't kind of go 5 monkey bars apart. We just start with one and then we go and get better.
And then eventually skip one monkey bar and eventually skip 2 monkey bars. And then you eventually, once your arms are long enough, skip 5 monkey bars.
Fully. It's true. And we talked about maybe getting help, like maybe asking a trainer or a coach to
Or like maybe you're outside for recess and it's like maybe like the gym coach and it's like, how do you do this type of kick? And it's like, this is how you do it,
That's right.
right?
And we talked about practicing or doing it over and over again, not just doing it
Until you get
once,
it.
not one time and being like, oh, I can't do it. And we talked about thinking about moments that are great that we had that were
Yeah.
good so that we kind of don't think about the bad moments. And then what I really like what you said, what I think was really cool is that, no one can nail it at being a mom or being one great thing, but everyone can try.
Yeah. Like, let's say you're playing football. It's your first time playing football. And your team says, oh, you're not good at this. Then it's like, as long as you tried, not if it was like your first time being defense and you're like a huge player, and it was like, you don't know how to be defense. You didn't get taught how to be defense. And then you just like jump on the other player and that's a penalty.
Oh.
Then it's like, I didn't know. My team didn't tell me you have to tackle in this way. Right? A certain way you have to tackle.
It's true. We're
Right?
all just learning, right?
Yeah. You're just learning. Like if like it's a penalty, sure, your team might think you're a dummy. But like it only matters if you're trying to. If you don't know how to tackle, then it's like your team should have taught you before the game.
Yeah, it's true.
Like you tackle like you lift the guy up and like they have to teach you before. Because then it's like, how are you supposed to know? Lift the guy up and then throw him to the ground.
Well, that's what's interesting though, because no one really teaches you how to be a parent or teaches you how to be a kid, right? You just kind of learn as you go.
Yeah.
Do you think that's good or bad or?
I think that's good. It's like, it's not very good if you like go to parenting school and you're like, all right, I went to parenting school. This is what they said. Treat your kid, give them snacks when you want, and do blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, I don't want to do this. Like, parenting school is maybe you went to the wrong parenting school. Like, just learn as you go for an adult, learn as you go for a kid.
Yeah, I think that's good. Learn as you go and then speak positively about yourself, and you should be
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tell everyone about speaking good words into your life?
Don't say, let's say, there's this really hard picture to draw, like really hard, like level 100.
Okay.
And you're only on level 1. and you go to drawing school, then it's like you're not supposed to know how to draw a level 100. And it's like, let's say you're drawing this microphone, like, and it said to draw it perfectly for level 100. And then you try to draw it perfectly, but like the little mic parts in it, that's impossible to draw the little tiny dots.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do a dot too big, and you're like, oh, I'm horrible at drawing. Then it's like, you're not going to get any better at drawing when you say you're horrible. If you get a dot too big, you'll say, I'll erase that and try again. All right, that's good enough. I think I'm pretty good at drawing. Then you'll probably get better at drawing.
I like that, encouraging yourself. I feel that way about running a business. I feel like at the beginning, I kind of didn't really know what I was doing, but I
You're
kept
like,
getting better.
but I don't know how to get a marker, right? And it's like, are you good at marketing? And it's like, I don't know how to do marketing. And it's like, are you good at marketing? And it's like, you don't know really the type of personality the person has. But eventually you'll get to learn the personality the person has, and then like say, sorry, you're not a very good marketer. Go to maybe selling the website. Maybe you're better at selling. And then let's try every single one until you actually figure out the one, and then it's like, all right, this is your kind, whether you like it or not. This
It's
is
true.
what you're good at.
It's true. And I didn't give up, but there were some days where I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can be a business owner. I don't know if I can do this, but I kept speaking positively, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like I do a pretty good job.
You're a good business owner now.
Thank you.
You are pretty good.
Thanks, babe. Well, I think this has been a really good talk, and I think that you gave moms a really good advice that they just got to keep trying and that their kids are proud of them.
Yep, I think so too.
Nice. I love you, babe.
I love you too.
Thanks for joining me, Christina Polarski, for another fantastic episode of Two Babies in a Business. I hope that you'll follow along with me on my journey as a mom on Instagram, Two Babies in a Business. And I hope that you'll sign up for our newsletter. You can find the link in the show notes or on my Instagram. And finally, if you're a mom